Hey y'all.
Under the impression you was feeling me. Under the impression you was real with me. Was it all a lie? Was
Y'all
it
know I
just
gotta hear my
fantasy?
Pandora. I miss y'all. Thanks for tuning in with my Linda. Let's talk about it. Rise High Radio.
I was there when you had nothing on your hands. I would try to leave. I had you begging, please. Let me ease my mind before I cause a scene.
I miss you too. I know it's been like forever, right, Queen? But I'm back. And the topic is 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. If you are tuned in right now, go ahead and hit that share button so everybody can hear this information and everybody can chime in on this topic. I miss y'all too. Like I've been on vacation and then I didn't do it last time. I miss y'all. Like y'all know I come to y'all with all my problems. So once again, if y'all are listening right now, go ahead and hit that share button. Giving a couple more minutes to hit that share button and people to come in. I think I'm gonna do dreads. I'm trying to feel it. Let's see. We'll see. All right, thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is my Linda with Let's Talk About It. And as y'all can see, the topic is the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. I decided to talk about this and to have a dialect in regards to this just because it'll never go away. It's in our Constitution, right? These are the things that we're supposed to abide by. This is what the United States is supposed to abide by. And I wanted to kind of dig in just a little deeper in those constitutions. And I think I'm actually going to do a series of constitution by, each one and kind of dig in so we can know, because I don't think we know our Constitution. Um, it ain't ours. But anyways, I don't think we know the Constitution, and it's better for us to know things and have that than not to know it and need it, right? So when I talk about our amendments, these are supposed to be our rights as a citizen in the United States. Um, and my degree is not in any type of law or anything like that, but it is in leadership, organizational leadership. So I do my studies before I branch out and give any type of information to anybody. So like I said, I wanted to really touch bases on the 13th and 14th and 15th Amendment, and I do want to do a series once again on the amendments, but it'll follow after this segment. Um, so when the 13th Amendment, okay, I think pretty much every person knows maybe what the 13th Amendment is. Um, Hold on, guys. Sorry. How y'all feeling out there, by the way? If you feeling, go ahead and if you're feeling good on this Saturday night, go ahead and heart this post so I can at least know you feeling halfway decent, right? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. So go ahead and heart that post and let me know that you feeling at least halfway decent. right? So, okay, so when we talk about the 13th Amendment, like I said, I think majority of people know what the 13th Amendment is, but if you don't, I did try to write it out so you can know. So when we talk about the 13th Amendment, the 13th Amendment says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for your crime, who of the parties shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States of America, United States or any subject to the jurisdiction. So pretty much what that's saying is you're only treated like a slave, meaning your rights are not given to you if you have did a punishment or a crime and convicted of that crime. So that's when you're more or less treated like a slave. This 13th Amendment was actually supposed to end slavery, and they put the 13th Amendment into place. So, you know, it's pretty much, like I said, they took out slavery and they put in the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment said you're a slave if you are convicted of a crime or do some type of punishment, right? So when I looked up some numbers, of course, because I'm a number person, and I looked up some numbers for prison, and actually our prison numbers have actually went down for African Americans. White Caucasians are at their high right now in the prison system. 92,000 Caucasians, whereas Black people are at 60,000, Asians are at 2,000, and Native Americans are at 3,000. So that did decrease with the prison system. Okay, just remember that. That's the prison system. So once again, that's the 13th Amendment that's right in front of you guys. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except if you do a punishment or crime. That's when you're convicted or not convicted, when you're treated like a slave. You have to do a crime or some type of conviction has to happen, and then slavery comes into place. Whatever. Comes into place, okay? That's the 13th Amendment. So I actually, if you guys have any comments about this 13th Amendment, you can go ahead and let me know right now about your thoughts about the 13th Amendment. My thoughts about the 13th Amendment, of course, is just I don't know. It was put into place to put a abomination or a end to slavery, but it also has things about slavery on here. Yes, there is a second part. The second part says the Congress is the only people that can do this. Yes, the first one is 2 sections. Yep, you are right. So the second part pretty much says that the Congress individuals are the people that actually enforce this law. Congress. So what do you guys think about the 13th Amendment? I don't know. Like I said, it was done right after Lincoln ended slavery. And it says that unless you convict or do a crime or are convicted of a crime or do any type of punishment, then you won't be treated like a slave. But if you do a crime, then you'll be forced to be involuntarily pushed into slavery, so to speak, or given some type of serving the United States, doing what involuntarily doing it, not say, hey, I want to do it. No, it's against your will. So what do you guys think about that? You can go ahead and chime in as I continue to talk about the next amendments. But it's just so interesting to me that this amendment is affecting a lot of people, more or less more African Americans than any other race. And even though I gave you those numbers, that in the prison system, there is 92,000 more, or 92,000 Caucasians and only 60,000 African Americans. That was the statistics that were pulled July 4th. So that was the numbers that was statistically pulled from BOP. So, that's only prison. Now, I also pulled those numbers from the jail too. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. So the 14th Amendment, we're going to go to the 14th Amendment, and I'm going to put that up there. The 14th Amendment says, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges of the citizen of the United States, nor shall any state deprive a person of their life, liberty, or property. I don't know why I put a K right there. So this is the 14th Amendment. So every state should abide by a person's privilege and what they have. And they should not be deprived of their life, liberty, and property. That's what the 14th Amendment said. Starting from the 13th Amendment on down, this is when slavery was supposed to be done with, okay? So this is the 14th Amendment in front of you guys. So it's saying that you shall not be enforced out of your home. You shall not be enforced. You shall not be taken from your life or your liberty as a United States citizen, or your privilege as a United States citizen. That's what the 14th Amendment says. Okay. What do y'all think about that? I know. The 14th Amendment is right in front of you guys. So no state shall make or enforce a law which shall abridge the privilege of a citizen. So we are citizens now after the 13th Amendment, right? Of the United States, and deprive any person of life, liberty, and property. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know. Not just the government. So what do you guys think about that? It's, I mean, after, like I said, after the 13th, after slavery was supposed to be done with, this is when all these 13, 14 amendments came. So this is what we are supposed to have, this privilege, and no state is allowed to take this away from us. They can't make this law. They can't enforce this from us or to us. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do this 15th Amendment. And most people should know what the 15th Amendment is. I'm not sure. That's why I think I'm going to do a series on our amendment so we can actually get educated about the legislative system and what has been supposed to have been in black and white for so many years. So I am going to do a series on that about our amendments. So once again, no state, they're not supposed to enforce it. Right. That's what I'm saying. We don't have any privileges, but that's neither here nor there. This is what the Constitution says. No state shall enforce us or take away our life, our liberty. They can't write that in any type of documentation or Bill of Rights or anything like that. It's the 14th Amendment. United States. You're right. We don't have any privileges, but that's neither here nor there. This is why I want to educate us. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So once we know it's a bunch of BS, hopefully we can start to take us back. That's why I wanted to educate everybody. Take us back, because we need us, right? Our kids need us. And whoever's fighting with us, whether you be white, Asian, or anybody else, I commend you for it. But we need to take back us. Okay, and the last amendment, which is the 15th Amendment. Rights of all citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied by any United States or any state on account of their race, color, or previous condition of servitude, which is incarceration, right? So the 15th Amendment says that everybody is allowed to vote. Everybody is allowed to vote. Everybody. Whether you're race, color, as long as you're a United States citizen, you cannot be denied the right to vote, even if you have been incarcerated before. There was some discussion in regards to people that was incarcerated wasn't able to vote. I think that goes back to the 13th Amendment. Now you see how this just contradicts itself. And as I was doing my studies, I'm just like, ain't this, what the, hello, okay? So that's what it says, the 15th Amendment, this 15th Amendment says everybody, every citizen is allowed to vote, everybody. And it doesn't matter your race, color, or if you were incarcerated. Yeah. So with that being said, stay on top of what's in the Constitution, please. And like I said, we're going to go by this step by step during my sessions with Let's Talk About It. So I am going to I'm going to go through each amendment. I am, because I think that it's very important for us to understand and for us to get a breakdown of what's in the Constitution. It's very important for us to know. We should know, period. It's time for us to take us back. It's time for us to help us, period. So I gave y'all those numbers of Caucasians in the jail. I'm sorry, Caucasians in the prison system is 92,681 Caucasians in the prison system. It has declined. I'm sorry, Black African Americans have declined in the prison system. Okay, Asians is at 2,423. African Americans are at 60,948, and Native Americans are at 3,705. in the prison system. And when I looked up those numbers, like I said before, I looked up these numbers maybe 6-7 years ago. And of course, it was at an all-time high. African Americans were leading in the prison system. So when I looked at these numbers again, I was really surprised. Like, oh, okay, they went down. They went down. But I also looked at the jail numbers. And of course, those jail numbers are twice as high, twice as high in the jail. So when I looked up the jail numbers as of April 1st, 2020, 592 African Americans, 401 Native Americans, Alaska descent, Native Americans, and 187 Caucasians. So when we talk about the 13th Amendment, I said, oh, okay, those numbers have decreased in the prison system, but they have increased in the jail system. So our African Americans are still being exposed to being treated like slaves because they are in jail. When I looked up jail, I said, what does jail consist of? Okay, how do you what happens when you're in jail? What does that mean? What does that mean when you're in jail? What does that mean? What is being in jail mean? I wanted to know what was the actual standards of being in jail, since our jail numbers for African Americans is so high right now. Okay, and remember the 13th Amendment says committing any crime results into slavery or involuntary type of serviceship. So when I looked at what do you need to do, what happens when you're in jail? Okay. So when you're in jail, right? So when you go to jail, the thing that's happening, you're being arrested and being held for being held to for a plea agreement, a trial, or sentencing. Okay, plea agreement, trial, or sentencing. The second thing you're being held for jail, the reason for jail is you have been convicted of a misdemeanor or a criminal crime, and you're going to serve less than 1 year. Okay? The third thing is that you're being held there until you're transferred to the prison system. So that means you've already been convicted. So if you're in jail, right? Listen to me, because I guarantee you'll understand. So if you're in jail, you already been convicted of a crime. Okay? It's already on your record, right? So when I look at these numbers, I say, oh, the prison system is down, but jail is at a double. So either way, these numbers is still saying that African Americans are more subject to the 13th Amendment, period. So like I said, in prison, those numbers had decreased. But in the jail system, we're at a double than anybody else. Needless to say, the 13th Amendment still stands for us, that involuntarily we are enslaved. It angers me, and it should anger you. But this is what it is, and this is why I want to educate people. So, like I said, when you're in jail, you're booked, right? They book you, they run your name, and then they hold you to a and they tell you, okay, You got to do some probation or whatever, but you're still convicted of that crime. And once again, like I said, the 13th Amendment, I'm sorry, y'all, something in my eye. The 13th Amendment is this here. You have to be punished in punishment or of a crime to be treated like a slave. That's all I have for y'all. I just want y'all to understand what it is and don't be uneducated about what it is. Know where you stand and educate yourself, because everybody got children, and if you don't have children, then you have that godchild, and if you don't got that godchild, then you got that niece, and those are our generations. And we as individuals need to educate ourselves. I know this ain't usually let's talk about it with my Linda, but I really wanted to dig in deep to the Constitution. I wanted you guys to understand what it says in black and white. What it says in black, this is our Constitution. I wanted to give you statistics and numbers, okay? And I want you to understand what's right in front of you. So if you enjoyed this with me, go ahead and hit that share button, okay? Hit that share button. And I appreciate you guys so much. Next time, I do want to dig in deeper to other constitutions. I don't know exactly which ones I'm going to do, but we will have 3 more constitutions come next week, and we're going to dig in deep into those, and we're going to have dialect about those as well. I feel like it's very important for us to educate ourselves and then educate our generations to come, okay? I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Share, 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 share. Share, and share some more, okay? This is my Linda with Let's Talk About It, Rise High Radio, every Saturday. Y'all know I'm silly. Every Saturday, 10:30. I will see you guys next time. You make sure you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Love on each other, praise each other, encourage each other, love on them babies, love on the loved ones that are here. My condolences to people who have lost people throughout the week or throughout this month, throughout this year. My condolences to you guys. My condolences to the people that are, or my praise to the people that are fighting this good fight for us. My praises go out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Once again, hit that share button if you did enjoy this information that was presented to you guys. Once again, this is my Linda with Rise High Radio. Let's talk about it every Saturday, 10:30. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.